And then when I catch you, I'll tickle you. Yeah, I'll tickle you. Yeah, because I just can't stand you. Oh.
Hey, Barry?
Hey, Jordan.
Hey, man, what are you doing?
I'm practicing for the pipe bomb challenge.
Oh, the pipe bomb challenge at the In Your House party at Outhouse Records, right?
Can I get some privacy, guys?
Oh, my bad, fam. Yo, Barry,
sorry.
let's go out here.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, so, Barry, promos might not be your thing, but that's okay. We got other games that we're going to have. So, like, can you draw?
I can draw a fly.
Do you mean flies?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. It's okay. How about wrestling trivia?
I know Nick Flair. Whee!
I don't think that's his name, or never mind. It's okay. How about, do you listen to podcasts?
Yeah.
Well, you're in luck because the In Your House podcast is going to be hosting their first live podcast right here at Outhouse Records.
Right here?
Right here, bro.
How much?
Bro, it's only $5.
I have $5.
That's what's up.
I have a cash register.
Yeah, that $5, it gets you in, and it gets you a chance to win other prizes like this. Wow. Isn't that cool? Wow. I know, right?
Friday, November 30th, In Your House presents the In Your House House Party, live at Outhouse Records. Come hang out with pro wrestlers, play games, win prizes, plus special appearances by the Chaos Goblin Kevin Calloway, Relentless Ray Larson. All ages welcome. Outhouse Records, 109 East Sycamore Street in downtown Kokomo.
What is up, window lickers, In Your House household, grunts, friends, my friends, any chaos goblins out there? Guess what it is? It is ECW night, and it is a great one. And it is I, the voice, here, ready to get you ready and primed for tomorrow's festivities, which is the In Your House live house party. We are finally having it. It is about ready to go. And I would not be doing this show any justice if I didn't started it off this way. And you sons of bitches out there like House loves to call you. It's time to get ready. It's time for ECW Watch Along. It's time for In Your House to go live with their live podcast tomorrow. The In Your House house party live is going to be epic. You're going to be blown away with all of what we have prepared for you guys. The prizes we're giving away, the time we're going to have with you guys, and the show we're going to put on with our friends at Outhouse Records, our friends at the Kokomo Press. Courtney Richardson's going to be hosting. House is going to be there. I'm going to be there. Jones is going to be there. There's going to be a Chaos Goblin, and a Relentless one's going to be there. So come out, hang out with us, and be a part of the show. Annie O'Neill will be in attendance. So join what we're doing. It's going to be fantastic. That's going to be down at Kokomo, Indiana, at Outhouse Records. So we can't wait to see you guys out there. We can't wait for you to be a part of what we're putting together. It's actually going to be such a fun time. I can't wait. I'm been looking forward to this one for a minute now since we started doing everything with it. Let me just throw this up there for you. All right, there it is. There's the house party flyer. We're going to have live music. There's going to be a live podcast. There's going to be games. I'm going to be your game host. I'm going to be out there giving away some prizes as long as you can win some of the Voices games. In Your House has a wide selection of people that we're just really excited to show and out there to promote and to be a part of what we're doing. So come join us. You're going to have a blast. It's going to be a blast, but we're here to do what we do best, and it's talk ECW. I had a chance real quick before we get into the show, and let me hit you with where we're at on this. So it's our weekly show, and we're at Season 5, Episode 45 of ECW Hardcore TV on the Peacock Network. You should see November 8th, 1997. And in the description, we look like we have Shane Douglas, Tommy Dreamer, and Sabu face off in a three-way dance. Rick Rude explains himself, And that's just a fantastic description to talk about what we've been doing here. We just recently had Sabu here on this show where me and House talked to him. He gave us extra time. He had a blast. He's actually kept in contact with us. So we're looking forward to talking to him more, bringing him on for future projects. But for now, though, go check that out. That is actually right now one of the biggest episodes we put out in a while. We really got the attention with bringing Sabu in there. A lot of people wanted to check that out. And ECW as itself, the Watch Along series that me and House do, it's been gaining so much ground. It's exciting to see that you guys are out there enjoying what we're doing. You guys are a part of it. I mean, you tune in weekly, you're downloading, we're having fun. We're bringing awesome guests on like Sabu, the one, the only, the homicidal, genocidal, suicidal Sabu was here. I got to ask him so many questions. I can't wait to talk to him more. But yeah, we'd love to do some more with that. And, to be upfront with you, like House said on the Sunday house party, his schedule is getting cut back a little bit for podcasting. It's that time of the year on his shoot job. This is just what happens. So, I mean, cut him some slack. Let him know you're still thinking about him out there, and that he's still part of the ECW Watch Along series because he actually makes it look good over here. Now you guys got to stare at my face until he gets back, which might be next week. So keep your fingers crossed. And if you know what he does, then don't do what he would have to do, if that makes sense. But anyway, so again, let's get back to it where we're at in the ECW series, ECW Hardcore TV. We are at season 5, episode 45, November 8th, 1997. So we've gone through quite a bit in ECW in the past weeks. We had a world title change on the hands of Bam Bam Bigelow, which Rick Rude was actually the one to orchestrate that match, because if you recall through our watching, we've discovered that with Shane Douglas winning the world title, he told Ravishing Rick Rude that he was ready to take on the best, and he acquired Ravishing Rick Rude's services to get him the best opponents and bring the best of the best in front of the franchise Shane Douglas. And that's exactly what he did. And he brought the beast from the East, Bam Bam Bigelow, to take that title off Shane Douglas. And that's exactly what happened. So that's where we're at in that saga. We've also had Sabu and RVD. No matter who's in what match, one or the other one will pop in, and they've been doing that quite often throughout the weeks. So keep an eye on that. And it looks like we have Rick Rude will be explaining himself for setting up Shane Douglas for that. So I'm looking forward to this one. Again, we've had some great success with the ECW Watch Along. We're going to have some great success tomorrow. Stay tuned. Be watching out for whatever we're putting out there. There's going to be games. There's going to be a bunch of people just sending out stuff at the show, so check out the pictures, check out the vibe that we're putting out there, the videos that'll drop, the podcast when it drops. So check that out. This is going to be epic. This is going to be a blast. And this is going to be ECW Hardcore TV. Again, you had the time to get to it, so it's on your Peacock network. It is ECW Hardcore TV, Season 5, Episode 45. Let's get into it. All right, so we're going to start out with the following program is rated TVMA. So that means that there's going to be something happens in this episode, and we should be prepared. So kids, if you're out there and you're an ECW watch along through the IYH network, close your eyes when it gets too graphic. And we're starting off with Francine on the screen. And all right, so it appears, because Francine seems to go where the title goes, so this could be interesting. Hopefully she stays with Douglas, though. We'll keep an eye on that. She did say the men go with her, so Francine, a big player there, and we're already into it. We're into the intro that we know House absolutely loves. This is one of his favorite parts of the show, is this big intro. because they do some great work in it, and it's a lot of the matches that we've seen, and a lot of the incidences that have been highlighted throughout the years, like Raven getting a folding chair to his face through Tommy Dreamer while handcuffed to a steel cage. So that was exciting. And the chairs being thrown in when Terry Funk and Cactus Jack asked for chairs. They got a lot of them. A lot of people helped them in that situation. And that's where we're at right now with that last scene with Bam Bam Bigelow having that world title. And here we go. Joey Styles is in the ring. The fans are ready. They're already on their feet. And Joey Styles, he doesn't do anything besides talk. So, but they know what's coming. They know what's about to hit them. And it's the ECW Hardcore TV, the most extreme thing back in the 90s. This is where it happened. This is where you found out about greats like Sabu, like that are all around this screen. Sandman, Tommy Dreamer, RVD, and Taz. And they're at the infamous ECW arena. I mean, I'm going to even say it. Joey Styles is great too. Well, and we're getting interrupted. I thought Taz really put a hurting on this kid to where he didn't want to come back into a ring. But I guess that is not the case. So hopefully we'll get some understanding why this baboon's on the TV. All right, so he's got the Ravishing Rick Rude story. Interesting. So now we're looking at what exactly Ravishing Rick Rude, the reasoning behind him bringing the Beast from the East in to challenge Shane Douglas, which seemed like a really I don't know, if you're trying to bring the best of the best, I can understand bringing the best, but Bam Bam was a part of the Triple Threat, so does it make sense to bring in a partner of your group, your faction? I don't know. I mean, now it seems like Rick Rude thought Francine's the prize. And he's saying he's pretty much set this whole thing up, which, I mean, yeah, he did. He set up all the opponents and all that for Douglas. So yeah, he did set that up. And so now we're into our first commercial break. And there we go. We got our first big story of tonight's ECW Hardcore TV episode, in which Ravishing Rick Rude is talking exactly why he did what he did when it came to setting up Bam Bam Bigelow versus Shane Douglas, in which Bam Bam ultimately won. I mean, if you watch the match, it was a great match, but it really showed Bam Bam's dominance and how effective he can be in a match, and especially you put a title on that, and that's exactly what he's going for. He was throwing Douglas all over that arena, all over that ring. And there we go. We got Shane Douglas coming out to the ring, and look who's with him, old Francine. So it looks like the trick didn't work there for the time being, Ravishing Rick Rude. And Shane Douglas, I mean, if you don't got a title on him, he just does not look like himself. He doesn't look like the guy that we've all grown to love and appreciate in this ECW hardcore TV storyline. All right, so I'm having a little hiccup here. Looks like Okay, so hold on a sec. Let me back out of this and restart it. Apologies, everybody. There we go. We're back on track. So now we got Douglas and Francine outside the ring. And like I said, Douglas just doesn't look like himself without that title draped around his waist, in which where he can, you know, shine like Shane Douglas does. He's the franchise for a reason. And, like him, dislike him, that really kind of does not matter in this realm, ECW, because he was important to what ECW was. I mean, he's synonymous with a lot of the heavyweight title storyline. We got Francine on the mic. Wow, Francine's really going at the fans on this one. Not really wanting to do what they're asking her to do. And we got all our fan favorites in the crowd. There's the Hawaiian shirt guys. There's straw hat Hawaiian shirt guy. There's long black beard guy. All the greats out there doing exactly what we've seen them do every time, be a part of ECW's crowd. And, it's funny too, because they are characters of ECW. I mean, there's so many episodes, so many matches you can go back to and watch and see those exact guys pretty much in the exact same spots doing exactly what they're doing right now. There we go. So Douglas has got the mic and he is letting them know that he's not a big fan of Philadelphia. I'm almost wondering how they're going to incorporate this big match with Douglas. It just they're typically a ECW three-way dance is spectacular. A triple threat match that they put on is usually really, really good. And I'm not saying that uh, with Douglas in there, it's going to be bad. Uh, but what I am saying is, like, how are they going to bleed this together? Because they're saying that this is Tommy Dreamer and Sabu are going to be in this match with him. And we got I think there's the TVMA, and it was describing Douglas's appendage. Yeah, I think this is exactly what it was. The Douglas monologue going on here. You would think that a man couldn't talk about this for going on 2.5, 3 minutes now, but Shane Douglas is definitely doing that. All right, so now we're back to Joey Styles, and he's letting us know. And remember, they're gearing up for November to Remember in this. And in 1997, that was a really good November to Remember. I would advise you after the show if you're into it. I know SmackDown's coming up, but um, it's a great one to rewatch. Some great matches in that one. We definitely found out before this, though, uh, who was the leader of Triple Threat at that time. You know, we end up in this November to Remember of 97. You end up getting Shane Douglas ends up getting his title back. That was a great match against him and Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam going in as the champ. You had the tables and ladders match where Sabu defeats the Sandman. Great match. ECW versus WWF flag match, which was Tommy Dreamer versus RVD, ends in a no contest. And then there was a really great four-way elimination tag match. A lot of teams were in that. Some great moments in that match. You had Taz versus Pitbull number 2 to retain the title for the TV television championship. Mikey Whipwreck went up against Credible. Candido and Lance Storm defeat Jerry Lynn and Tommy Rogers. And okay, so that started off with a Candido match and Rogers going, but that ended in no DQ. So, in which would bring out Jerry Lynn, who he did team up with, and they had a great match. Lance Storm had a great match with him. So Chris Candido was a really a good talent in ECW, in my opinion. I really liked him. I thought he was fun. I mean, Chris Candido, he's definitely talented as shit too. I mean, he was just a workhorse out there, and really wish he would have got more titles and things like that, more accolades to his career throughout his career, but it is what it is, and we just move on and enjoy exactly what he did do, and that is ECW at its finest. And right now we got Tommy Dreamer walking out. He's with Beulah, and we all know Beulah, she does not get along with Francine one bit, and it looks like, oh, well, Sabu came out of nowhere. Him and Alfonso are in the ring already, and it seems like they're getting ready to circle the ring. Tommy Dreamer appears to be in a walking boot, but apparently he can go. So Sabu looking as studly as ever. Fucking dude. I mean, just looking back at Sabu's career and now watching his Twitch show that he does, it's really cool. And plus the interview we did, it's really cool to see and be able to talk to him about these things and actually get an understanding. Like, he's definitely, he is what you see in the ring for that moment, but outside of that ring, he's a very funny dude. And apparently from the interview we got, he did some funny things while he was wrestling too. Just to kind of give Paul Heyman the big middle finger, you know. Here we go. They're announcing the franchise. Sabu's not having it. He's trying to get over there at Tommy Dreamer, which we've also learned his hatred of Tommy Dreamer. So that was fun too. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed everything he had to say, even his jokes. Like the dude he's very humble for the amount of accolades that he has in his career. And yeah, he may not have a WWE world title or things like that, but he's got some of the most memorable segments, matches, and just overall careers of ECW that it's like well worth it. And they're just showing a replay of when he blinded Sandman. That big old fireball he shot in Sandman's face really took Sandman out of it. And I don't think we've seen him since. I believe November to Remember is when he comes back. Tommy Dreamer always has that intense, ready to fight look on his face. Just a beast. And Douglas, I mean, he's the franchise. What else can you say about him? He's just an expert in the ring. What I really enjoyed talking to Sabu about was his actual mat game and his way he actually wrestled, and instead of all the high flying crazy stuff. And it was really cool for him to dive into how he learned all the basics like you're supposed to, but he added his own flair to it. And I mean, by the time he was being booked over in other places, he had his own style. They named it after him, the Sabu style. So that's what he did. Here we go. It's a triple man tie up here in the center of the ring, working its way all around the ring, and a big break. All three men looking at each other like, who's next? What can we do? And Douglas, there we go. He's calling the ref over to tattle on Sabu. Sabu's not having any of it. Giving him kind of that, hey, fuck you, pal. Beulah McGillicuddy not looking too impressed out there the outside of the ring, but more or less she's probably keeping her eye out there on Francine. There we go. We got a side headlock by Sabu. Sabu shooting in with a shoulder tackle, but there we go. Tommy Dreamer gets a shoulder tackle on Francine, or the franchise kip up. And now we got all three men back up to their feet, ready to rock and roll. Sabu's got his eye completely on Dreamer right now. Like, he's just wanting that Dreamer, but then franchise found that weakness, and he went right after Sabu when he went to attack, and that's exactly what you got to watch out for. And we got the house chiming in. House, how are you doing? No worries, my friend. That's exactly what a team does. And this show, you got to keep it going. That's what the fans want. And Sabu coming off with a springboard right off the ropes, middle ropes, taking out both men, almost getting a 3 count on both of them, but only obtaining a 2 count. And now Sabu and the franchise just working Tommy Dreamer over in the center of the ring, just laying boots to the head, right to the jaw, just really going in at Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer off the ropes. Sabu and franchise send him up and over, and there he goes, right on that booted foot. I mean, it's got to be at least cleared for him to wrestle, but these are just like wolves that found blood, man. Why would you shouldn't have done that. All right, Sabu and franchise holding Dreamer up there right down to the mat. Sabu doing the smart thing, though, trying for a cover, only getting a 2 count, barely a 2 count. Here we go. Franchise coming right over where Sabu's picking up, just reaming his foot into Dreamer's face, and Sabu just laying boots to the forehead of Dreamer. There we go. Big punch by Sabu. Delivered to both men. Franchise gets 2 and Dreamer gets 2. Here we go. Sabu setting up the chair. We know what's happening here. Here we go. Air Sabu. Oh, Franchise moved out of the way, but Tommy Dreamer caught all of that. Sabu and he's not done. You think Franchise is getting away with that? Sabu all the way to the top rope, right into the crowd, taking Franchise out, nailing him right in the shoulder. And Bill Alfonso loving every moment of this. There we go. All 3 men out there in the entranceway just fighting out. It looks like Franchise might have got his shoulder injured from Sabu, and Sabu, hitting him. Oh my God. Sabu's going crazy with a chair, just hitting people while he's in the ring and they're on the outside of the ring, and he just threw one right into Douglas's head and giving dueling kicks. And there we go. There's the pose from Sabu. Sabu just looks like the kid who cleared out every bully of the playground. Big stomp to Douglas, and he really found that arm, found the weakness. Yes, it's a triple threat house. We have Sabu versus the Franchise versus Tommy Dreamer, and it has been a wild one. Sabu is running course with these dudes, and he's pretty much got everybody down. Tommy Dreamer came out in a walking boot. The Franchise got his shoulder busted by Sabu jumping to the outside. And here we go. Douglas has got Sabu up. Oh my God. Everybody fell on that one. Dreamer came in with a side Russian leg sweep and took out Sabu and Douglas while Douglas had Sabu in the air. Here we go. Chair slid in. Tommy Dreamer setting it up. Franchise kicking Tommy Dreamer to the gut. Flying over. Snapmare right to Sabu. Tommy Dreamer catching Franchise with a nice stiff punch. There we go. Flipping him over, getting him ready. Tommy Dreamer setting up the chair. Drop kick to the back. Oh, Douglas slamming his head onto the back of the chair. Bill Alfonso calling attention to the boot of Dreamer. Not too sure why, but there we go. Sabu coming in with a nice sliding drop kick. Sabu with a chair. Dreamer on the ground. This just spells pretty much Tommy Dreamer getting fucked up. Oh no! Tommy Dreamer puts up the boot, catches the chair, and it goes right back into Sabu's face. Sabu clutching the side of his face. Oh my God, there we go. Tommy Dreamer putting the chair on top of his head and giving Douglas a jawbreaker. I don't know who got the worst of that. Here we go. Dreamer setting up the chair right in the middle of the ring, getting both men, setting them up. Oh, there we go. Both men get out of that one. Douglas, oh man. Douglas just dropped Dreamer right onto the chair with that leg with the walking boot, and it collapsed. And then Sabu came in and drop kicked that chair right into the knee on the exact leg that Dreamer has a walking boot on. I know I keep saying this, but Dreamer has a walking boot on while he's in a 3-way match against Sabu and Franchise. Not a really setting yourself up for a win there. Sabu just throwing the chair like always in the direction of Tommy Dreamer. And there we go. Another thing that we learned from Sabu in the interview we had, not a fan of bringing a table as a weapon. He would rather use the table as it was naturally set up on the outside like you've seen there. And now he's just taking the franchise's face and just slamming it like a basketball on the side of on the ring apron, all the way down it. Here we go. Now both men working to get the table up, but Tommy Dreamer seen it and just drop kicked that table right back into the faces of Sabu and Shane Douglas. Don't know how well that worked for Dreamer though. He is took that leg that has the walking boot on it, slammed it into that table. Sabu giving him a little help there, and then a hit to the back of the head, right into the guardrail. Sabu goes, courtesy of Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer basically trying to save his own life in this one. The franchise and Sabu have both been after him. Sabu getting stopped at the top of the ropes. He thought he was going to do something, but Tommy Dreamer made sure that wasn't happening. Reaching for a chair, no go. Tommy Dreamer slams a chair on Sabu's head. Here we go. Going up for a big high-risk move. Oh, franchise coming in with a low blow right onto Dreamer. Franchise setting Dreamer up on the table. Sabu is perched up on the top. Oh, franchise just really making sure Sabu goes nowhere. Franchise getting ready. Suplex off the top rope went right through Tommy Dreamer. That was on the chair, on the table. The franchise just put Sabu through Tommy Dreamer through a table from the top rope. Sabu he's clinching his back, holding on to it, his knee. Dreamer is on Dream Street right now. Douglas taking the remains of the broken pieces of the table and slamming them right into Sabu's head. Big kick from Douglas to Sabu in the corner. Here we go. Douglas sending Sabu right into all the broken table already. And now it is a chokeout game. He is choking him out right in the corner of the ring. Here we go. Tommy Dreamer scoop. Only a 2 count there from Dreamer onto Douglas. Douglas coming in with a short forearm right into the jaw of Dreamer. Sabu coming in with a big leg drop from the second rope. Here we go. Douglas picking up Sabu. Oh, power bomb into a neck breaker, courtesy of Shane Douglas and Tommy Dreamer. Douglas only getting a 2 count. Went for the pin, got a 2 count. Tommy Dreamer stopped it. Sabu's alive for the moment. Here we go. Sabu's getting off. He's over in the corner just checking on himself, and franchise. Oh, there we go. Sabu right out of the corner with a drop kick right to Douglas's jaw right before Douglas could get Dreamer into a figure 4. Sabu really favoring his right leg right now, not really being able to stand on it. Getting a chair. Oh, Dreamer hitting Sabu with the walking boot or I don't know what that is. There's something that Dreamer has, and he's just beating the hell out of Sabu with it right now. Here we go. Douglas and Dreamer working together, slamming a chair right into Sabu's face. Sabu holding the top of his head. He might be busted open. Oh, there we go. Bill Alfonso stopping the franchise and Tommy Dreamer, tripping him up. Now Francine and Beulah got Alfonso on the outside. What is going to happen to Bill Alfonso? He has nowhere to go. The ladies are tearing into Alfonso, throwing him into the ring. There you go. Your best bet would be get on the outs. No, do not stand in there, Fonzie. Here we go. He's taking on Beulah and Francine. And now Francine and Beulah remembering they hate each other. There we go. There's a Francine and Beulah attack. after they teamed up and took out Bill Alfonso. Here we go. Bill Alfonso's breaking it up now. He's got both of them by the hair. Oh, Bill slams their head together. They double clothesline on Alfonso. Oh no. Douglas and Dreamer both have each other's respected women. Oh my God. Pile drivers to both Francine and Beulah, courtesy of Douglas. And then Sabu off the top rope, double clothesline, springboard clothesline off the top. Sabu with the famous point, but he can barely stand. That leg. Here we go. Sabu setting up the chair. Here we go. Sabu. Boom. Triple moonsault. Tommy Dreamer stopping that. DDT by Tommy Dreamer. Sabu flying in. Arabian facebuster right onto Douglas. Right in the center of the ring. Douglas he's on the outside. Sabu and Tommy Dreamer are down on the inside. It looks like Douglas is making his way to the back. And it looks like Douglas was stopped by Bam Bam Bigelow and sent back to the ring. Here we go. Bam Bam Bigelow just teeing off on Shane Douglas, picking him up, throwing him back into the ring. And Sabu delivering a chair right to Douglas. Belly to belly slam by Dreamer. Arabian facebuster again landing right onto Douglas. Here we go. Douglas is eliminated. Okay, so this is an elimination match. ECW really didn't let us know that one, but now we know. So there's been an elimination. It looks like the ref is getting... Here we go. Sabu off the ropes. Missed the clothesline, but nailed the drop kick right to the shin of Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer's down, holding that leg. He had the walking boot on. Beulah is being carried out. Another sliding just kick by Sabu. Here we go. Sabu dumping Tommy Dreamer into the fans. Here we go. We all know what this is. Sabu's up. There he goes into the crowd with the steel chair right onto Tommy Dreamer. The hard cam's not catching all of this. Here we go. Both men are down. Here we go. So now we got Tommy Dreamer back into the ring. Sabu following him, coming right back in. There we go. Oh, big springboard off the top rope right onto Tommy Dreamer, courtesy of Sabu. Sabu get the cover. 1-2. Tommy Dreamer kicked out of that one, though. He's reached the chair. Here we go. Sabu setting up Dreamer in the corner. Sabu's got the chair, setting it up. Sabu off the ropes. Here we go. Big jump. Hurricanrana. There we go by Sabu. On Dreamer instantly grabbing that leg. I mean, it has just been really tearing him up this entire match. There we go. Sabu just throwing the chair into Dreamer's face into the corner. Sabu perching Tommy Dreamer up in the corner, setting up the chair. Here we go. Sabu in the opposite corner, getting ready to run. Tommy Dreamer coming in with a clothesline, stopping that air Sabu and instantly holding that foot. Here we go. An Arabian facebuster of his own right onto Sabu. Here we go. The cover. 2 count. Sabu's still alive in this one. This one has been going on for a while. All 3 guys that were involved. Here we go. Tommy Dreamer getting Sabu up for the Death Valley driver. And he hit it perfectly too, right on Sabu. Bill Alfonso on the outside. Here we go. Tommy Dreamer found another table. He's going to try to put Sabu out for good, but that's been a hard task to do. Many have tried, few have succeeded. Here we go. The table's getting set up. Sabu back to his feet, though. Tommy Dreamer blocks it and just nails Sabu with a big straight right hand. Sabu getting put to the top rope. Fighting off Dreamer, though. He's trying to fight him. Here we go. Big fight here. They're on the top rope. Sabu. Oh, DDT through the table. Sabu is out. Tommy Dreamer just DDT'd Sabu from the top. Oh my God. Bill Alfonso came in with a steel chair to the leg that had the boot on it. Well, if it wasn't completely broken, it's completely broken now. Bill Alfonso coming in with a Mark McGuire swing right onto Tommy Dreamer's broken leg, an Arabian facebuster. Tommy Dreamer doesn't even know where he's at right now. Sabu making his way to the top rope. There it is. Big leg drop from the top rope. Two count. Tommy Dreamer kicks out of it. What does Sabu have left to do? Here we go. Setting up the chair. Here we go. Moonsault. There we go. There's the 3 count. Sabu gets the win. All 3 men look like they've been through a battle in this one. And this was a regular, just weekly televised episode, guys. This is exactly what you got. This was a huge match. There was a lot that happened in this one. Okay, we're about ready to hit our second break of the evening. Everybody's still down in the ring. Sabu's making his way. It looks like his leg might have got injured in this match. Tommy Dreamer still down. Fonzie and Sabu making their way out. Now we've hit a commercial. Back at commercial time. That was a hell of a match. I mean, we had Shane Douglas. We had getting eliminated. Then we had Sabu and Tommy Dreamer just really going to war with each other. And like we learned through the interview with Sabu, not a big fan of Tommy Dreamer. So that war might have had a little extra on it in that match. It seemed like Sabu did go the extra mile to make sure Tommy Dreamer was not getting up from that one. I mean, he took a DDT off the top rope onto a table. I honestly thought that was going to take him out. That one looked like it was pretty wicked. All right, so we're back at the action. Tommy Dreamer's just making his way out of the ring. Looks like security and the refs coming to check on him. And that definitely that boot has been through war itself. All right, so they hit us with another commercial right after that. And I think that should might be the last one for this episode. If not, it'll be close to the that first one or last one. All right, so getting ready to get back into it. We just witnessed a triple threat match that was unbelievable for a weekly televised show. Some great competitors in that. And now we're back with another Douglas promo with Francine. And I think this is really the one that set it up for their world title match at November to Remember. It's crazy that they only did that. They only did that short of a storyline for this. It seems like Bam Bam versus the franchise should have been a little longer. I agree. ECW forced pro wrestling to evolve. Yeah, it really did. I mean, there was a lot of stuff you could see through the influence of ECW, through the Monday Night Wars and things like that. And then a lot of the guys became commodities to have in your promotion. Oh yeah, 100%. Shane Douglas was a tremendous ECW heel. He was arguably one of the best in ECW. There was a lot of people a lot of fans who had actual hatred for Shane Douglas, but I've always liked his work. I think he did fantastic work in wrestling. He did exactly the character that he designed, and that was him. That was what you got. And the addition in ECW to add Francine to it, that was like the cherry on top, because it allowed Francine's character to evolve into exactly like the top tier manager of ECW. Yeah, and Too Cold Scorpio gave many classic matches too. Yeah, he really did. There's still a lot of his highlights that are featured in a lot of the ECW stuff. Scorpio is going to be in the Wrestling Code video game along with RVD. Well, that's awesome. Always love to see these greats still be able to do stuff inside the world of wrestling, and the evolution that we've seen of, you're talking about ECW forced wrestling to evolve. Social media also forced these guys to go in a different lane when they're interacting with fans. It forced them to understand what was happening in society with the new apps and things like that, and it gave them an ability to communicate with their fans a lot more. I keep bringing it up, but the interview we did with Sabu, social media is the prime push with that, being able to get a hold of him and talk to him and get him on our show was awesome. Kid Cash should have had a longer run in the WWE. I could see where that argument is made. Kid Cash was phenomenal. Nova and ECW, yes. I mean, there's a lot of talent that I think should have got a bigger run in a lot of the promotions. WWE specifically. I thought the Raven character should have been done differently. I guess I liked the hardcore element, but then it was like after that they didn't know what to do with him. And maybe he just wasn't in the right state to be, I don't know, driving his character. I always thought Sandman should have had a legit, just let him be Sandman and let him run around. I thought it would have always been cool if they would have brought him in and him and Austin go at it and kind of continue what was being made in ECW. And you are 100% correct on this one. Chris Candido made everyone look great. Before you got into the chat, I was definitely talking about Candido and the importance he brought to ECW and a lot of this stuff. I mean, Chris Candido, you can even see it just the last week when we were watching the show and he was teaming up with, I believe it was Lance Storm. You could kind of see the rejuvenation in Chris Candido and what he was doing. If WCW would have lasted 2 more years, then Lance Storm would have won the WCW world title as a heel. Well, yeah, I could see that. I will say this. I was a big Lance Storm fan in the ring, but lately he's annoyed the bejesus out of me. But he was a different, because we just witnessed, was it 3 weeks ago, his first ECW match, and you can see the evolution of Lance Storm just week by week in this promotion of ECW. Him and Jerry Lynn and Justin Credible were at the beginning of their careers at ECW, and it's been phenomenal watching them so far. I kind of can't wait for them to dive further into the storyline that we're following right now. Here we go. Perry Saturn had a better top elbow than Shawn Michaels. Perry Saturn, that dude's a bad man. He was phenomenal. I loved Perry Saturn. Perry Saturn gave Goldberg 2 great matches that he did. Perry Saturn was he was Cesaro before Cesaro. He was the actual Swiss Army knife of wrestling. I mean, yeah, his last few years with WWE, they kind of made a fool out of him with Moppy and all that stuff. But the dude played into it, and he played into the character. Wherever anybody has told him to go, he plays into the character that they want him to be. So, I don't know. Another guy, though, I wish they would have gave more to. All right. Been a diehard ECW fan for decades. Have replica belts of the world title and TV titles and tons of VHSs and DVDs. Well, that's fantastic. We love ECW here. And if you love ECW, you should go and check out our interview with Sabu that we did a week ago. Go check out what we had to talk to him about. You get to see him in a whole different light that you might not have seen him before. We actually had a great time with him. He had a great time with us, and he's supposed to be coming up in the future weeks, we're going to have him for an official ECW watch along and have him give us some insights for whatever matches we're watching that week. I still love to watch the classics Jerry Lynn matches. I do too. Jerry Lynn was a phenom, and now we have the FBI coming in and interrupting Joey Styles. And yet another group that was fantastic for ECW, and the FBI was, they're just so great. Too many great matches to name. Gotta go RVD versus Jerry Lynn. Every match was a classic. You ain't lying. You are not lying. Super crazy. And Jerry had great matches. I loved the you're right on that one. I absolutely loved when they teamed Tajiri up with Mikey Whipwreck. I thought that was a phenomenal tag team. And I was really, really hoping that they were going to put them together when WWE obtained ECW. And that's where we're at. They didn't end that one with too many matches. They had that one big match. And then we found out that Shane Douglas is going to be facing Bam Bam Bigelow at November to Remember for the world title. So that is exciting. I believe that is the one that they're going to go with next week. So we will catch what they do from that. Let's finish up our chat and who we got in here. We got Raven versus Sandman barbed wire match was my favorite, as was Terry Funk versus Sabu. Couldn't agree more on that one. Rhino is a true powerhouse of pain. You ain't lying, my friend. He was. So again, fans, you know what we do here. This is ECW Watch Along. It is every Friday, usually around 6 to 6:30 is when we kick it off, and we come in and we get extreme. It's ECW with me and House, and House will be hopefully joining us next week. If not, we'll keep the show going, and then he will do it whenever he can because he's got an important shoot job. He's got to pay those bills, keep the ship afloat, if you will. But outside of that, you know where you can catch me tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first In Your House live podcast where we're going to be doing it out of Outhouse Records in Kokomo, Indiana. There's going to be prizes. We have a WWE replica title that we are giving away. We have some Kurt Angle Funko Pops autographed by Kurt Angle himself. We got the pictures to prove it. We also got a lot of 8x10s. We got some gift cards from some of our greatest sponsors that helped us put this event on. So come hang out with us. There's going to be a live band. There's going to be wrestling karaoke. There's also going to be trivia games where you can win more prizes. There's a advent calendar for wrestling Funko Pops. You can win it. You can get your tickets, get in, come see us, come hang out. We absolutely adore you guys for sticking with us and being a part of the In Your House crew. You are part of the household. We absolutely adore you. It is I, the voice, and you know where you can catch me weekly. So Mondays at 7 p.m., me, the blue-eyed villain, Grunmeister, and the Chaos Goblin, Kevin Calloway, we go live and we give you everything Monday Night Raw. We talk 4 subjects. 2 of those are general discussions where we try to get the group more involved. And then outside of that, my co-hosts, they take over and they give you the topic they want to talk about, and we all discuss it. It's been a blast having that show, and we've had a great fan interaction for that. That's every Monday at 7 p.m., so come join us and see what the window lickers bring to you, courtesy of In Your House. And then on top of that, you can catch me here Fridays doing this. On Sundays, that's when we go to the house party. And the house party, who's ever around, at 11 p.m. or 11 a.m., we go live and we talk wrestling throughout the week. What's happened? What's about to happen? Give your predictions. Maybe you will get our predictions, though, tomorrow on the live podcast right before Survivor Series when we kick back and we enjoy the show. So come join us, join everything In Your House is doing. There's so many shows. We legit have 6 days a week where we have shows, and they're all basically wrestling based. So come and join us, come hang out. And bi-weekly, I have started the Conspiracies at Seas. Come join us, have some fun, talk some crazy weird stuff with us. But outside of that, you know where to find In Your House. Here, click the button, subscribe, get the notifications, get everything you can, because In Your House, well, we're hitting the seas. So we will check you on the next one.
What is up, guys? What is cracking? It is pro wrestling manager, commentator, podcaster, and executive producer of the In Your House Wrestling Podcast, the Con Man, Alakon the Concept House, and I'm in your house to tell you about an amazing event that we're doing November 30th over in Kokomo, Indiana at Outhouse Records. Guys, it is going to be our first ever live In Your House party. It's going to be a movie, ladies and gentlemen. So much things going on. Live bands, and they're going to be playing your favorite wrestling themes. We're going to have wrestlers, costume contests, games that you can win prizes. So many awesome prizes. Over $1,000 worth of prizes. Come out and raffle for a chance to win some of these excellent prizes. And hey, I got a little bit of a sneak preview for you guys of what that you guys could win. And one of those things is AEW World Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley. Look at that awesome figure. But ladies and gentlemen, that's not it. You're going to see him competing in War Games against the Bloodline 2.0. That's the tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns. Another great prize that you could win if you come in. Get some tickets to raffle, and you could be getting some awesome prizes such as what I just showed you and so much more. Once again, we're going to be doing our first ever live podcast where we're going to be giving you our predictions for Survivor Series War Games, and it's going to be myself, the hometown hero, master of ceremonies, Hypocrisy Jones, our game master, the voice, Josh Joseph, the amazing divinely designed Danny O'Neill, and of course the Chaos Goblin himself, Kevin Calloway. Come and join us as we're going to be having an awesome time right before Survivor Series War Games. We're going to be talking wrestling, giving away prizes, playing wrestling themes. Guys, you need to hop on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone, because the household is still going mighty strong. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you November 30th for the In Your House party. Peace. In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowd.